Close enough. Frankly, I was going to use what I had last Tuesday. Just had a couple games since then. I'm hopeful. I did not. Between games, okay. That's a great time to have it. Before the start. Could have put us. I don't know when we're going to start. Even worse. 7-1 is correct on the record. 7-1 is the record.
6-1. This is our final conference game.
What's that?
Right.
If we win, we have a chance to share. So if we dodge. Good afternoon from the Great Bend Sports Complex. Randy Gearing with Panther Baseball on Great Bend Post as Great Bend Panthers get ready to entertain the Hayes High Indians in a very important WAC matchup with Great Bend's win over Dodge City on Tuesday. Great Bend Panthers are in a position now to perhaps get a share of the title. Basically, here's the story. Hayes High is in control right now. They win today. They are the Western Athletic Conference champions. If the Great Bend Panthers can upend the Indians today, then with a win over Dodge City, the Panthers would at least have a share of the title. But Hayes has guaranteed a share of the title and can win it outright with a win today over the Great Bend Panthers. Two teams met a week and a half ago in Hayes. Hayes winning that contest 16-6 on a windy, blustery day, but still were able to power 3 home runs out of the park against Panther pitching. Great Bend Panthers and the Hayes High Indians in today's match from the Great Bend Sports Complex. Thanks for joining us today. You know somebody who'd be interested in listening to this game anywhere in the world, tell them to hop on to Great Bend Post, find the link just like you did, click on it and follow on through, and should have the broadcast coming your way with today's contest. Two coaches now meeting at home plate with the umpires as they're exchanging their lineups, getting ready for today's action. Senior day here at Great Bend High School between games of the varsity and junior varsity. They will recognize the 8 seniors on this year's Senior Layton Panther baseball team, and we'll be talking about them throughout the course of the day. Great Bend Panthers 7-3 on the season, while the Hayes High Indians come in at 7-1 on the year. Here's a starting lineups for today's contest. First for the Great Bend Panthers, they will be starting leading off will be Sage Kelch. Kelch, one of the seniors. Kelch averaging .438 on the season with 14 hits. He'll be playing at shortstop. Paco Hernandez will take the hill today. Hernandez will be the pitcher. He is batting .515 on the season. Team leading 17 hits on the year and one of the leaders with 9 RBIs. As a pitcher, this will be his 6th appearance of the day. He's 0-1 with 1 save on the season. In his previous appearances, has a 2.92 earned run average. Batting in the 3 spot will be Chase Gruber. Gruber will be playing at third base tonight after a brilliant pitching performance on Tuesday when he defeated the Dodge City Red Demons 4-3, throwing a complete game in under 90 pitches for Great Bend High. Today, Gruber is the third baseman. He has .516 batting average with 16 hits and 8 RBIs. Steph Spray is your cleanup man. He'll be playing first base today. He has a .344 batting average. In the 5-hole, Gavin Haberman. Haberman will move over to left field with Hernandez going to the hill. Haberman will play in left field today defensively. Haberman has a team-high 10 RBIs on the season. Brad Beck will be the designated hitter today. Beck hitting .192 on the season. Carter Combs, second baseman, bats .261 on the year. In the 8th spot, Jade Poe will be the catcher today. Poe batting .160, and Joseph Maida rounds out the starting lineup. Happy birthday, Joseph. Joseph is celebrating his birthday today in center field. He's batting .214 at the plate. For the Hayes High Indians, their batting lineup looks like this. Garrett Welbrock, the shortstop, batting .500 on the season. Dylan Dreiling, the Tennessee commit, batting .373 is your designated hitter. And now we take a moment as we hear today's national anthem.
I'm a junior. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Great Bend High School junior Ellie Summers with our national anthem today as she was right next door in the press box performing it for you today. Great Bend Panthers wearing their red jerseys today, white pants, black and red socks, taking the field as the home team today. 66 degrees, cloudy skies. Had a few drizzles earlier today, but look at the radar, looks good at the present time. So things looking good at the moment as we get ready for today's action. The varsity and JV games were scheduled to be flip-flop, but with the risk of weather, officials decided to play the varsity first to give us every chance to get the varsity game in, especially it being a very important game in the Western Athletic Conference standings. Let's get back now to the Hayes High lineup today. Garrett Welbrock, shortstop, leads off, followed by Dylan Dreiling, the designated hitter. Dalton Dale, the third baseman, batting .368, is third in the lineup. Catcher Derek Riggs in the 4 spot. He's batting .600 on the year. Carson Spray is the pitcher. He's got a .150 batting average. Braden Dreyer is the first baseman, batting .600 on the season. Bottom third of the order, Will Codoret, left fielder, batting .333. Jack Fields in center field, batting .071. And the final 9-hole hitter, Noah Weimer, carries a .400 average on his own. He's the second baseman. Team average .400 for the Hayes High Indians. Great Bend Panthers batting .377, so no doubt both teams can hit the ball. Glad to have you along for our broadcast today. Special thanks to Scott Mater and Chris Spray for making it possible to stream today's game on GreatBendPost.com, along with most of the Panther baseball games, at least those that aren't broadcast on B104. Welbrock steps in to lead it off. Paco Hernandez, the left-hander on the hill, throws his first pitch, and it's right down the pike for a call strike. Garrett Welbrock leading off and playing shortstop for the Hayes High Indians. Second pitch fouled into the net, off to the right side, and Paco Hernandez quickly ahead in the count, 0-2. Panthers defensively, fairly familiar lineup. We'll set it for you here and when we have an opportunity. Hernandez has a sign from Poe. He winds it up and brings it home. Leaves that one just a bit outside. Didn't miss by much. Welbrock didn't bite on it, and the count now goes 1-2. Hernandez and Poe, the battery today, with Paco on the hill and Jade Poe behind the plate. Third base is Gruber, Kelch at second, Combs at first, and Combs at second, Spray at first. Fairly familiar lineup there defensively for Great Bend High. In the outfield, Haberman, who's usually in center, is in left because Hernandez, who's usually in left, is on the hill today. Mater moves over from left to right, and Stillstotz will be the right fielder today for the Great Bend Panthers. Swing and a miss. Paco took something off of that one. Welbrock ahead of it, and strikeout starts the game for the Great Bend Panthers. That'll bring Dylan Dreiling to the plate. Dreiling, the leader, the all-around star of this team. His plans to go play SEC ball at Tennessee in the future. He's batting a mere .737 on the season. Takes the first pitch off the plate for ball one. Lefty versus lefty here. Paco Hernandez throws left. Dreiling bats left for the Indians. That one way outside. Poe reaches out into the right-handed batter's box to snag it. And returns the ball to his pitcher, Paco Hernandez. Nobody on, one out for the Indians. Top of the first, just underway. There's one chopped on the ground, but foul down the right side. And it's a 2-ball, 1-strike count to Dylan Dreiling. Hernandez winds and fires. That one is just off the plate for ball three. Panther fans in front of us, you might have heard them moan, thinking they might have gotten a call there. Count goes 3-1 to Dreiling. Dalton Dale is on deck. Pitch hit into right field, right in the ground between the first base, second base hole. A solid single to right. First base runner is aboard. Dalton Dale to the plate. Week and a half ago in Hayes, Dale powered 2 home runs, including the walk-off that made it a 10-run rule. And now Jade Poe asked for time. He's got something to go tell Paco. He runs out to the mound, and they have a quick visit there. Dalton Dale batting .368 on the season, third baseman for the Indians. Dale safely on, or Dreiling rather, safely on at first base. Paco in the stretch. Takes that one right on the corner for a call strike. One out in the inning, one runner on for the Indians here in the top of the first. Still plenty of time to message all your friends and give them the link to the Great Bend Post to listen in for today's broadcast, no matter where they may be. Pitch for Paco, hit on the ground to shortstop. Kelch over to Combs. They'll throw over to first on the bounce. Get it and out. Double play recorded by the Great Bend Panthers. 6-4-3 on the putout. The Great Bend Panthers give up a hit in the first inning, but no runs, no errors, and nobody left on base. Half an inning in, it's Hayes High 0. Great Bend coming to bat from the sports complex on Great Bend Post.
I didn't do it. That was right there. I had my shoe down there. Both of my. I gave him $1.
Back at the Great Bend High School, Great Bend Sports Complex with Great Bend High School Baseball. I'm Randy Gearing. Glad to have you along for our Panther action today on Great Bend Post. Hayes High Indians take the field. Carson Spray on the mound. He pitched against the Panthers a week and a half ago, allowed 6 runs. Well, the team scored 6. He went most of the way to pull out my score sheet to see exactly if he got charged with all 6 runs or most of them, but he will start again for the Hayes High Indians. Riggs is his battery mate. Sage Kelch steps in from the right-hand side, swings to the first pitch, sends it high in the air to left field. Left fielder tracking it, lost it momentarily, regains his composure and catches it over his head for a fly ball out to left field to Kadorit. I'm stepping into the batter's box on the left side, Paco Hernandez. Hernandez leads the team in hits with 17 hits on the season. He has the team's only home run of the year as well. Hard to hit one out of this park. It's a blast if you get it out of this one. 400 to straightaway center field, 375 in the alleys, and 325 down the line. First pitch in the turf for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Spray right up the middle, and that will scoot on into center field. Goes over the pitcher's mound, caps the pitching rubber on the way by. Missed second base, but on for a solid single is Paco Hernandez. Hernandez will improve on his .515 batting average for the season and bring to the plate Chase Gruber. Gruber batting slightly better than Paco Hernandez. Paco at .515, Gruber at .516 coming into today's action. He's got Hernandez at first for the Panthers. 1 out, 1 on here in the bottom of the first. Spray hits that one in the air, or rather delivers, and that will be over the head of the left fielder, Cardette. That'll bring Paco Hernandez. Randy Beck sending him home. Stopping at second base will be Chase Gruber, and the Panthers have the 1-0 lead in this one. On one that went to the fence, and when you get it to the fence in this park, you've hit the ball a long way. A double for Chase Gruber. So back-to-back hits have the Panthers now up 1-0. And Steph Spray, the cleanup hitter, to the plate. Spray, the first baseman, batting .344 on the season, has 11 hits on the year. Opportunity to pick up an RBI here. Pitch by Spray, down low for ball one. We got Spray versus Spray here. Carson Spray on the mound for the Indians, wearing their golden jerseys with the maroon numerals, white pants for the Indians. Pitch catches a corner for a call strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 in, 1 on for the Great Bend Panthers here in the bottom of the first. Spray waving the bat, waiting for the other Spray to deliver. Here it comes, down low. Nice stop there by Riggs behind the plate. The count 2-1 now. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Spray steps in. Carson Spray now to the stretch. Checks his man at second. Looks again. And brings it home. That one chopped foul. Down towards first base. And the count pulled even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Spray stepping into the box. Carson Spray again goes to the stretch. Brings it in. That one off the plate, outside and low, and we got a full count. First full count of the day here. Spray swings the bat. Carson Spray to the stretch and home. Down low. Walk drawn by the number 4 hitter. Now bring Gavin Haberman to the plate. Haberman leading the team with RBIs at 10. Nice opportunity here to pick up 1, maybe 2. With something in the gap. 1 out, 1 in. Runners at first and second. Panthers have Gruber at second, Spray at first. Haberman getting ready for the first pitch from Carson Spray. That one way up high, ball 1. Spray started against the Panthers in Hayes a week and a half ago. Pitched fairly well, so he got the nod again today. But we understand everybody's available for the Indians. They haven't played in a week. Played last Thursday at Dodge City. That one is off the plate, ball 2. So they have everybody available, and obviously they know a win means they win the Western Athletic Conference outright. So I expect that they'll be willing to go deep into the pitching battalion as needed. That one stays inside. 3-0 is the count. Oh, it's 2-1. Okay, one of those was a called strike that I missed. My apologies there. 2-1 is the count. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Gruber at second, Spray at first. Carson Spray will bring it in. That one will be hit into right field. Right fielder has a long ways to go. He won't get there. It's a foul ball, though. Wow, if that's 3 feet to the north, that's a double, probably a triple, and scores 2 more for Great Bend High. So, turning to the plate is Gavin Haberman. Count now even at 2-2. Haberman steps in, pretty much in the middle of the batter's box. Pitch fouled off. Haberman did a good job of fighting that one off. Good pitch from Carson Spray. Too close to take. Haberman just fights it off, sends it back to the screen. Spray now goes to the stretch. And we'll bring in the 2-2 pitch. Now timeout is requested and granted as Spray was taking his time on the hill. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Gavin Haberman. 1 out for the Panthers in the bottom of the first. 1 in. Paco Hernandez singled and scored from first on the double by Gruber. That one also fouled back to the screen. Haberman doing a great job of staying alive after what we thought might be a double or triple is taken away from him because it landed on the wrong side of the foul line by inches. Spray back to the stretch. Carson Spray looks in, brings it in, swing and a miss. Got a piece of it. It was tipped, but held by the catcher Riggs, and so that'll be the second out of the inning. So now the DH, Brad Beck, comes to the plate. 1 in, but 2 big runners on the base paths for the Panthers. Beck bats from the right side, right in the middle of the batter's box. First pitch, hit high in the air, but it'll go foul and out of play. .66 degrees and overcast as we start, but it's getting a little bit lighter, so apparently clouds breaking up in the vicinity of the sun. Well, a long way from partly sunny, but you can just see it get a little bit brighter here at the sports complex. Carson brings it in. Carson Spray, that's way inside. Count even at 1-1. Gruber at second, Spray at first for the Panthers. They take their lead. Carson Spray on the hill for the Indians looks. Now brings it home. That's down low. And the count goes 2-1 in the favor of Brad Beck. Carter Combs on deck for GBHS. If Beck can keep the inning alive here. Carson Spray into the stretch and brings it home. That one hit up the middle, but right at the second baseman Weimer, who will walk over and step on the bag for unassisted for the force out. So the Panthers score 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. 1 inning complete. It's Great Bend 1, Hayes High 0. This is Panther Baseball on Great Bend Post. At the Great Bend Sports Complex, I'm Randy Gehring. Thanks for joining us today for Panther Baseball on Great Bend Post. Special thanks to Chris Spray and Scott Mader for making the streamcast possible today and throughout the season as we strive to get most of the Great Bend games available to you in some media, whether on the radio on B104, the voice of the Great Bend Panthers, or here on the Great Bend Post with our streamcast. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Indians here in the second. Indians got a hit from Dylan Dreiling in the first, but he was erased in any inning double play. So the four-hitter will lead off here and takes the first pitch from Paco Hernandez a bit high for ball one. It'll be Riggs, Carson Spray, and Braden Dreyer due up for the Indians here in the second. That pitch down low in the turf, dug out by Poe. And the count now 2 balls and no strikes. Hernandez winds and fires. There's one in there for a call strike. Riggs appeared to be taken all the way on that one. It's down to Coach Dreyer at third base coach's box. Has the sign. Paco Hernandez ready to bring it home. Winds it up and throws it just outside for ball 3. 3-1 the count now to Derek Riggs. Panthers with a 1-0 advantage here in the top of the second. Pitch comes way inside, back to the screen. Riggs will trot down to first, but Poe retrieves the baseball quick enough. There's no chance for him to run on to second. And now we'll have a courtesy runner. Toby May will come in as a courtesy runner for Riggs rather, and Carson Spray will be at the plate. So we have catcher followed by pitcher in the batting order for the Indians. Hernandez will go to the stretch. Shows bunt, no good. Throw down to first. Not quick enough to get the courtesy runner May back to the bag. So it was called a strike. The bunt offer was made by Carson Spray. Spray with a slightly open stance at the back of the batter's box. This time he's swinging away and swings and misses. So Paco quickly ahead in the count, 0-2. Nobody out, 1 runner on here. Lead-off walk for the Indians in the top of the second. Paco to the stretch and brings it in. Swing and a miss. And now they've got a runner hung up at first. First base was occupied, so he couldn't advance. May started going down to second base, and then the Panthers hung him up there, so it'll be a strikeout. And then out in the rundown, and I can't tell you the exact number of the plays. We went from the catcher Poe to, I think, short to first. I think it would probably be a 2-6-3 putout. If that's important to you, check with Coach Beck in the morning. Okay, there's a swing and a miss. Or is it a foul ball? Anyway, came through the legs with the catcher Poe and the umpire back to the screen. It's strike one. That's the only thing that matters there. Dreyer hitting from the left side. Down in the count, 0-1. Hernandez winds and brings it home. That one's outside. Oh, it gets a call strike. Strike 2. I thought that one was outside. So he missed the mark, but must have caught the plate. Hernandez will wind up this time. Post set up on the outside part of the plate. Paco thought he had the same spot, but he doesn't get the call this time. Several of the Panthers took a step towards the dugout and then retreat to their position on the field. 1-2 the count to Dreyer. Again on the outside is a target. That one hit up in the air, foul and out of play. So the count stands at a ball and 2 strikes. 2 out, nobody on. Panthers with a 1-0 lead here in the top of the second. Hernandez, the windup and the pitch. That one outside. He's got pitches to waste, so he wastes one right there. Poe looks into the dugout. Coach Beck will give him the sign. He'll relay it to Hernandez. Hernandez is ready. Brings it in. That one is inside. And now the count's gone full at 3-2. Here's Hernandez winding up, trying to get out of the inning, leaves it off the plate for ball 4. Dreyer, who is down in the count 0-2, earns himself a base on balls. That's 2 walks in the inning for the Panthers. That'll bring Will Cadora to the plate. Cadora batting .333 on the year. He is the left fielder. So 2 out, runner at first is Dreyer. Hernandez winds. That one's way outside. Nice snag there by Poe. Saw the snow cone sticking out of his glove on that one. That was very close to coming back to the screen, but Poe keeps it in the leather. Busy day here at the sports complex. Got the Panthers softball team also taking on Hayes right next door at the softball diamond. That pitch catches the corner, and the count is even at 1-1. Several other Panther teams also in action today. We'll acknowledge them here in a little bit. Right now, runner at first for the Indians. Panthers with a 1-0 lead. Cadort at the plate, swing and a miss on that one. And the count goes to 1-2. Paco Hernandez trying to complete the second inning here. 2 out, runner at first, Braden Dreyer, who earned a walk. Paco Hernandez, the left-handed pitcher, looking at first base, brings it home. That one stays outside. Count is even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out here in the top of the second. Hernandez has a sign from Poe. Goes to the stretch and brings it home. That one's in there for a call, strike 3. Looks like it caught the upper half of the zone there. And Cordair goes down on strikes looking. 2 innings, 1.5 in the books for the Indians. No runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. 2 walks issued in the inning. And the Panthers with another double play, a strike them out, throw them out. Double play for GBHS. 1.5 in the books. Great Bend 1, Hayes High 0. This is Panther Baseball on the Great Bend Post. At the Great Bend Sports Complex, Randy Gearing, Panther Baseball here in the Great Bend Post. 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Panthers. Carter Combs, Jake Poe, and Joseph Mater. Panthers have a 1-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the second. Carson Spray back to the mound for the Indians. Spray, who works out of the stretch all the time, throws the first pitch at the knees for a called strike. Combs, Panthers second baseman. Bats from the right side. Kind of crowding the plate. And now timeout is granted. Combs started to step back before the umpire called it. Spray from the hill started to go into his pitching motion, but the umpire grants time, and I will do it all over again. Combs hits that one down the right side, but foul, and it goes out of play. Still a lot of foul territory here at the Great Bend Sports Complex, but they did bring home plate when they put in the turf. They brought home plate a little closer to the backstop. Cut down on some of the outfield territory, or foul territory, but made a little bit more outfield territory and a little bit farther to the fences here at the sports complex. That pitch outside. So now a ball and 2 strikes to Combs. Combs digging in on the right side. Spray, long look in, pitches inside and on the turf for ball two. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Combs, a .261 hitter on the season. Again to the stretch. That one is in there for a call strike. Combs didn't get what he was expecting and takes one for a call strike. His second strikeout of the day for Carson Spray. Jade Poe, the catcher, comes to the plate. Poe batting 160 on the season. There's a call strike for Poe. Spray comes right down the pike with that one. 1 out, nobody on for the Panthers here in the bottom of the second. A 1-0 advantage for GBHS. That one outside evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And a 1-run lead for Great Bend High. Spray back to the stretch. That one down low. Count goes to 2-1. Great Bend Panthers with their 4-3 victory over Dodge City on Tuesday. Still in contention for a share of the Western Athletic Conference title. There's a bouncer hit to short, or second rather. Weimer will pick it up. Toss to first, and that'll be the second out of the inning. Weimer to Dreyer on the putout. And Joseph Mader coming to the plate. Mader playing in center field today. Stepping in on the right side. Well, as I was saying, the Panthers still in contention for a share of the WAC title, but a win today and a win at Dodge City are required in order for that to happen. If anything else should happen, well, if Hayes wins today, they will win the conference championship. This is their last conference game of the year. They have just 1 conference loss, that to Garden City. Garden City has a conference loss to Great Bend. Great Bend has a conference loss to Hayes and to Garden City. There's one hit to third. Dale has it across the diamond, and the Panthers go 1-2-3 in the second. Quiet second inning for GBHS. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. 2 complete. It's Great Bend 1, Hayes High 0. This is Panther Baseball on the Great Bend Post.
Hey, shut up. You don't want to talk. Give it to Ron. Give it to Ron. Give it to Ron.
This is Panther Baseball on the Great Bend Post. I'm Randy Gearing. Our thanks to Scott Mader and Chris Spray for making our streamcast possible here on the Great Bend Post. So you Panther fans can pick up the game wherever it is that you are tuned in today. It'll be 8-9-1 for the Hayes High Indians here in the top of the third inning of play. Jack Fields will lead off. Batting 071 on the season. Then Noah Weimer, it's the second baseman. And then the top of the order with Wellbrock due up for the Indians. Paco Hernandez, first pitch off the plate. Second one on the corner for a call strike. 1-1 the count. Hernandez with 3 strikeouts and 2 walks so far in the game. He's given up just 1 hit and a solid single to Dylan Dreiling. There's a punt attempt, missed the baseball, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the top of the third for the Indians. Hernandez in the stretch, that one fouled off the foot. Fields will walk that one off. Jade Poe will give his baseball colleague a few moments as he walks out to the mound and has a little visit with Paco Hernandez. Everybody giving Jack a moment to recover from the foul ball off his foot. Ball and 2 strikes to count now. Fields leading off for the Indians here in the third. Taps his toe on the turf a couple more times. He's ready to step back in the batter's box now. Hernandez from the windup and the pitch. Didn't get the call. Probably heard the from the Panther fans in front of us. They were anticipating the call strike, but the count goes 2-2. Hernandez ready to bring it home again. This one's hit on the ground. Third baseman Gruber gloves it across the diamond, out at first. Nicely done on the 5-3 ground out. We'll bring Noah Weimer to the plate. Weimer, a 400 batter. You know your team is hitting pretty well when your 9-hole hitter is batting 400. And that is the team average. So Weimer just an average hitter for these Hayes High Indians. Batting from the left side. Lefty versus lefty. First pitch. Called strike for Hernandez. Jade Poe set that one up on the outside part of the plate and got the call. He'll set it up at the same spot. That one is a little farther outside and doesn't get the call. 1-1 to count with 1 out. 1-run lead for Great Bend High, 1-0 over the Hayes High Indians. The windup and the pitch. There's a swing and a miss by Weimer. And Hernandez ahead in the count again at 1-2. Hernandez been doing a good job of getting ahead in the counts. Even the 2 batters that he walked, they came back in the count to earn their base on balls. And there's a swing and a miss. And the 4th strikeout of the day for lefty Paco Hernandez. Back to the top of the order, Garrett Welbrock leading off in the leadoff spot, batting 3rd in this inning. He is one of the strikeout victims of Hernandez. First pitch from Hernandez gets a call strike. Welbrock has to step back and kind of shook his head at that call. Panthers got the inside part of the plate on the right-hand side. That one stays low, and the count even at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, nobody on here in the third for the Hayes High Indians. Hernandez with this pitch. That one's chopped on the ground. Again, it'll be Gruberg in front of Kelch, throws to first, and the Indians go 1-2-3. Going to the bottom of the third, it's Great Bend 1, Hayes High 0. This is Panther Baseball on the Great Bend Post.
They had people on base and they hit one out and then Chase did a 2-run.
And then Chase hit with the center field.
So we had 2 more runners on and then 2 runners on after that.
Yeah. So when we're gonna do the next, we're gonna bite the head off the bat.
To the bottom of the third we go. Great Bend with a 1-0 lead. Panthers with one in the first. Scoreless since then. Sage Kelch will lead off for the Panthers. Top of the order with Kelch, Hernandez, and Gruber. Panthers got their first run out of these three. Kelch swung at the first pitch of the game and flew out to left field. Paco Hernandez followed with a single, and Gruber with a double, scoring Hernandez from first. Panthers couldn't get any more across, so they had runners at first and second with one out, but that's where they stranded him. First pitch down low, 4-1. Carson Spray back to the hill for his third inning of work for the Indians. Kelch steps in, fairly close to the plate in the right-hand batter's box. That one down low, skips in for ball two. One walk granted so far by Carson Spray. Panthers have two hits, both in the first. Those two that we just mentioned, a single and a double. Spray's pitch. Oh, that is hit deep to left field. It will stay fair, and it will be off the wall at the 325 mark. Kelch will round to first, trots into second, and he'll stand up there with a double. Right below the 325 sign. Sage Kelch drills that one to left. He stands at second base with nobody out. He returns a batting guard to Coach Beck in the third base batter's box and gets a fist bump from his head coach. Now Paco Hernandez, who singled and scored in the first, steps in from the left side. Kelch at second base for the Panthers to lead off the third. Spray in the stretch. Leaves that one high for ball one. Carson Spray on the mound for the Hayes High Indians. Trying to keep our sprays separated for you here. Just know that we got a Carson Spray for the Indians and a Steph Spray for the Panthers. And we may see Maddox Spray at some point as well. There's a foul ball back to the screen by Hernandez. Good cut from the lefty. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Great Bend with the 1-0 advantage. Carson Spray to the stretch. Kelch at second base for the Panthers. Brings it in, swing, and just got a piece of it. Tips it foul, and the count goes 1-2. Paco with some good cuts. Replicate the single that he got in the first. Spray in the stretch, holds. Still holding, now brings it in. That one right up the middle. Oh, and they got Sage trapped at between second and third. He'll dive back in, I think safe, yes! Kelch was able to slide under the tag of Wellbrock. And Hernandez will be safe on a fielder's choice. And runners now at first and second with nobody out. That'll bring Chase Gruber to the plate. Gruber drilled one over the left fielder's head in the second to get a double and hit an RBI. So now runners at first and second. Paco, the pitcher, will stay out. They will not use the courtesy runner. Ooh, he was swinging at that one, got just under it, and pops it foul and out of play behind us for strike one. Chase Gruber picking up his 9th RBI on the season as he drove in Paco Hernandez in the first. Spray in the stretch for the Indians. Brings it in way inside. Gruber able to move the backside out of the way and let it come into the glove of Riggs underneath his belly button. Runners at first and second. That one hits Gruber, and now the bases are loaded with nobody out. Big spot in this game for GBHS. Steph Spray comes to the plate with Panthers on every bag. Kelch at third, Hernandez at second, Gruber at first. And your cleanup hitter at the plate. This would be a great time for him to clean up. Steph Spray got a big spot in this game. Panthers already with a 1-0 lead. Bases loaded, nobody out. Good opportunity here for the Panthers. Riggs runs out, has a quick conference with his pitcher, Carson Spray. And now we'll have the spray-to-spray matchup here. Carson Spray brings it home to Steph, and he hits him. Back-to-back hit by pitches. And that'll bring in a run as Kelch trots across home plate to give the Panthers a 2-0 lead. And that'll bring Coach Dreyer out of the dugout, and we'll see if this is the end of the day for Carson Spray, or we're just going to have a little visit here. Hey, special thanks to Scott Mader and Chris Spray for making our screencast possible here on Great Bend Post. Look forward to covering most of the non-broadcast games for KVGB, B104.3 The Point. Today on B104.3, you have Panthers softball. Lady Panthers right next door here at the sports complex are playing. Patrick Burnett with the call on B104 if you want to check in on that one and then check back in with us. Spray will stay in the contest after a quick visit with Coach Dreyer. And now Gavin Haberman to the plate. Haberman almost had a double, just foul, well into right field. Right fielder had no chance to get to it, but it was foul and ended up with that bat as a strikeout for Haberman. So he will be another key player, and we'll see how Carson Spray handles him this time. Spray won the battle the first time. That one stays up high. The count now 1-1 to Gavin Haberman, the Panther left fielder. Bases loaded. Hernandez at third. Gruber at second. Spray at first. Pitch up high. Ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Panthers with a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the third. Bases loaded. Nobody out. Carson Spray looks in. Has a signal from his catcher Riggs. And the pitch. That one is a base hit into left center field. That will score 2 more for the Panthers. Ball was bobbled out there, but the Panther runners will be unable to advance. Left fielder Kadora couldn't come up with it cleanly. But 2 were going to score anyway, as that was clearly a single off the bat. Spray will stay at second. Haberman with a 2 RBI single. Gives the Panthers a 4-0 advantage here. Runners at first and second, still nobody out. And now Brad Beck to the plate. Beck hit a ground ball to wrap up the first inning. Officially is safe on a fielder's choice, but the Indians cut down the lead runner to end the inning. Now Beck will step into the batter's box. He bats from the right side. Steph at second. Steph Spray at second. Haberman at first. They throw back to second, but Spray easily dives back in. Beck digging in from the right side. Once again, Spray checks second, now brings it home. Shows bunt, does Beck, but misses. And so it's 0-1. Coach Beck in the coach's box goes through his signals. And the runners take their lead off of first and second base. They're going to throw back again to second base, and once again, Spray able to easily slide in under the tag from Welbrock. Again, in the stretch, pitch. Hit on the ground, it'll get through to left field. All the way, Spray home, and ball's bobbled out there. Panthers may score another one. No, Beck is going to hold him up. And a pretty good throw coming in. Would have been close play at the plate, but Spray will score. Beck with a single to left. We'll bring Haberman to third. Panthers will be first and third, and timeout has been called for, and Carson Spray has seen his day come to an end. Carson Spray has allowed 5 runs, and a pitching change coming now for the Hayes High Indians. I think they've sent somebody, their pitcher has gone, incoming pitcher has gone to the dugout to change gloves. And now coming in, and it will be Welbrock taking the hill for the Hayes High Indians. Garrett Welbrock to the mound. And he'll take his warm-up pitches. Hey, we want to shout out to the other Panther teams in action. We've talked about softball playing right next door here, also against Hayes High. They are currently underway. The golf team today is in Dodge City at an invitational there, and the soccer team hosting Nickerson today, and the boys tennis team also at Dodge City. So a couple of Panther buses or vehicles going to Dodge today for boys tennis and boys golf against soccer at home as they take on Nickerson, and baseball, softball filling up the sports complex here with games against the Hayes High Indians. Runners at second and third. Beck with a single, took second on the throw to the plate. Still nobody out in the third inning for the Great Bend Panthers. Panthers have 4 across the dish here, 4 in the inning, 5 in the game. To have the lead here at 5-0. All right, let's see if we get the changes here. Welbrock came in from shortstop to pitch. Trying to get a number of the guy who's taking the spot at short. I think that's the only change. Now the infield comes in with runners at second and third for the Hayes High Indians. Nobody out. Runners at second and third. Carter Combs at the plate. Combs a strikeout victim in the second. First pitch in there for a called strike from Welbrock. Runners at second and third. Haberman at third, Beck at second. Pitch from Welbrock. That one just missed. Count goes even at 1-1. So Dale goes to short. He moves over from third. Welbrock's pitch catches the corner for strike 2. Combs, you could tell from his reaction, was hoping to get the ball call on that one. Ball's behind 1-2 now in the count. Welbrock steps off, now steps back on. Working from the stretch here with runners at second and third. Welbrock in the stretch and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Ball gets away. They'll throw down to first for the put out there. And the runner's unable to advance. So 1 out in the inning now, and Jade Poe coming to the plate. Poe grounded out in his first at-bat. First plate appearance in the second. Runners still at second and third. Beck at second, Haberman at third. Poe at the plate takes called strike 1. 1 out, 2 on, 4 in the inning here for the Great Bend Panthers. Welbrock waiting on Poe to step in the batter's box. Poe does so. He's ready. Welbrock's ready. Here's a pitch. Outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Welbrock back in the stretch. Shows pitch. The ball gets away. No, must have hit the bat. So it'll be a foul ball. Ball came back to the screen. I didn't hear the aluminum ping, but it'll be a common strike. And so runners retreat to their bases. Beck at second, Haberman at third for the Panthers. Jade Poe now down on the count, a ball and 2 strikes. Infield still in for the Hayes High Indians. Looking for the run at the plate. That one comes back to the screen. Coming home and in to score will be Haberman. The Indian catcher, Riggs, was going to call timeout. He stood up to call timeout, but before it was granted, Wellbrock is delivering to the plate, and I'm sure he saw his catcher standing up and threw it high and over his head back to the screen. And the Panthers will score on the wild pitch, have a 6-0 advantage here. So Haberman is in. Beck runs over to third. Now 2-2 the count. Swing and a miss by Poe. He goes down on strikes, and Wellbrock comes in and strikes out his first 2. And that'll bring Joseph Mader to the plate. Mader looking to keep this inning going now. Grounded out in his first at-bat. Runner at third is Beck. Mader takes ball 1 outside. Joseph Mader looking older as he steps into the batter's box, as today is his birthday, so happy birthday, Joseph. Pitch from Wellbrock. That one must have been low. It appeared to be across the plate. The count goes to 2-0. Wellbrock goes to the stretch with the runner at third. Brings it in. That one is in there for a call strike. Mader is leaning back, but he may have been taking all the way. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs in the inning. Panthers with 5 runs in the inning. It's the 9th batter come to the plate. That one outside. 3-1 is the count. Sage Kelch is on deck. He got this thing going with a double just shy of the... Well, this was the one who hit the wall to start the inning. Wellbrock's pitch. That one's up high, ball 4. Wellbrock with his first walk. And we go back to the top of the order, and Sage Kelch, who doubled and scored to start this inning, looks down at Coach Beck and gets his signals. Extensive list of motions made by Beck in the third base coach's box. Runners at the corner, first and third. 2 outs in the inning, though. Let's see how aggressive the Panthers are on the bases here. Pretty good lead for Mader. Comes to the stretch. They throw over there. He's back safely as Mader. Panthers up 6-0 here in the bottom of the third. A big 5-run inning here so far. Still going for the Panthers. Still have a runner in scoring position at third. That one hit high in the air in foul territory, and I think it will get out of play, and it does on the left side. Kelch ripped one to left field in his first at-bat, and I think it was the first pitch of the game, but it was caught. Then in the second appearance, to start the third here, beginning of this inning, he hits one just under the 325 sign down the left field line. Came around to score the Panthers' first run of the inning, but it's totaled 5 so far in the inning, 6 in the game. Wellbrock in the stretch. The pitch. Allen's hit in the air, but the second baseman, Weimer, comes over closer to the right. Oh, and he drops the ball. That will score another run for the Great Bend Panthers. Weimer looked like he had that one all the way as he comes closer and closer to the first baseman. It hits his glove and then drops to the ground. And so Mader will move to third as he goes first to third on what appeared to be a lazy fly ball, and that brings Paco Hernandez to the plate. Paco digs in from the left side. Wellbrock in the stretch. The pitch in there for a call strike. 0-1 the count now to Paco Hernandez. Enough light coming out of the sun to generate a few shadows on the turf here at the sports complex, at least momentarily. That one hit right back to Wellbrock. Wellbrock gloves it, tosses to first, and the inning is over. Tremendous inning for the Great Bend Panthers as they score 6 runs in the inning. 1, 2, 3, on 3 hits. There was 1 Indian error and 2 runners left on base. We go to the 4th inning of play. It's Great Bend 7, Hayes High 0. This is Panther Baseball on the Great Bend Post. At the Great Bend Sports Complex, I'm Randy Gehring with Panther Baseball on the Great Bend Post. We go to the 4th inning of play. 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Panthers, or rather for the Indians. We'll start off with Dylan Dreilingen. Always nice for the opponent to see Dylan Dreilingen in the batter's box with nobody on base. And he hits that one into center field. Second hit of the day. 2 solid singles for Dylan Dreiling. Dreiling singled in the first, but was cut down in a tailor-made 6-4-3 double play. So I bring Dalton Dale to the plate. Dalton, the third base, Dalton Dale, the third baseman, now is actually at shortstop now. He will bat from the right side with 1 on, nobody out. Pitch on the ground to short. Kelsch, second. Oh, missed the throw and it rolls into right field. A bad throw to second base, and that will allow Dreiling to advance to third. So safe on the air. And Dreiling will go to third. Looks like it could be another double play. It wasn't hit quite as hard to Kelsch. He had to wait on a little longer and maybe rush the throw over there to Combs, who couldn't glove it at the bag. Nicely backed up by Stuhlstotz in right field. So Dreiling able to advance to third, but Dale stays at first. So now runners at the corner, nobody out. Pitch on the edge for a called strike. Dreiling at third, Dale at first, nobody out for the Indians here in the 4th. Panthers coming off a big inning, really would like to shut the door here on the Indians. We're going to have to do some work with it. Hernandez brings it in. That one is nubbed right over the head of Combs into right field, and that will score 1 for the Indians. Dale will move up to second base, and Riggs will get the soft single just over the head of Combs into right center field. Now, courtesy runner coming in. For the Indians, a courtesy runner for their catcher. Carson Spray now at the plate. Spray, I believe, has moved over to third base after starting on the hill for the Indians. So 1 in, nobody out for the Indians. Runners at first and second now. Hernandez goes to the stretch. And the pitch. Fouled out of play to the right side. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Dale at second. Courtesy runner at first for the Indians. Paco Hernandez looks in, has a call. That one stays high. Cooper Sanders is the courtesy runner for the catcher, Riggs. The runners at first and second, count 2 balls and 1 strike. Hernandez has a signal, goes to the stretch. Hesitation in the pitch. Down in the turf, nicely dug out by Jade Poe. And the count is 3-1. Well, the Indians have 1 in here in the inning. They're first. Panthers still have a 7-1 advantage in this game. There's a call strike. Carson Spray was taken all the way on that one. 3 balls and 2 strikes to count. Nobody out. 1 in. Runners at first and second for the Indians. Paco Hernandez in the stretch. And the pitch. That one's hit up in the air. Foul territory. And it will get out of play. Poe comes back to the screen, looks up and watches it sail over the top and bounce off of the awnings here at the sports complex. So once again, Carson Spray batting 150 on the season. A strikeout victim in the first from Paco Hernandez. Strikeout would be a good deal here for the Panthers on the 3-2 count. Instead, it's hit on the ground. This time it'll be second out at second, but a wild throw to first, and that's going to allow a run to score. Now they throw down to second, and they will get the runner out at second base. So the Panthers get 2 outs, but the Indians score a run. So Riggs courtesy runner will be out on the 6-4 putout. Carson Spray will be safe on the air, be an E4 on the throw to Spray at first, but then will be cut down on a 3-6 putout at second base. So now 2 outs in the inning, and the base is empty, but 2 runs in for the Indians. At the plate, Braden Dreyer, left-handed batter, first baseman for the Indians. Hernandez. Bring it in. That one is in there for a call strike. 1 ball, 1 strike on Dreyer for the Indians. Panthers with a 7-2 advantage here in the top of the 4th. There's a call strike. And Hernandez ahead in the count. Dreyer, 1 of 2 individuals, been offered a base on balls by Hernandez. That one is high and tight. And the even count now at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 in for the Indians here in the top of the 4th. Panthers lead 7-2. Hernandez winds it up and brings it home. That one's called strike 3. And the Panthers are out of the inning. But the Indians do score 2 runs. 2 runs on 2 hits, 2 Panther errors, and nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's Great Bend 7, Hayes High 2. This is Panther baseball on the Great Bend Post. Bottom of the fourth coming up for the Great Bend Panthers as they host the Hayes High Indians in a big Western Athletic Conference battle. Great Bend with a 7-2 advantage. It'll be Gruber, Spray, and Haberman due up for the Panthers here in the fourth. Garrett Welbrock back on the hill for the Indians. Throws ball one. Gruber, RBI double in the first, hit by a pitch and scored a run in the third so far in today's contest. There's one that catches the corner for a call strike. 1 ball, 1 strike for Gruber as he leads off for the Panthers here in the fourth. Welbrock's pitch. That one took something off and lays it in there for a strike. And Gruber now down in the count, a ball and 2 strikes. Welbrock doesn't like the first suggestion, takes the second, brings it home. And that one is hit right back up the middle, past the diving Weimer into center field. And Gruber been on base all 3 plate appearances today. Single for Gruber will bring Steph Spray to the plate. Spray was hit by a pitch and scored a run for the Panthers in that big third inning, that 6-run third. Gruber, the moderate lead off of first base. Welbrock brings it home. Spray fouls it out of play to the right side. Umpire telling the Panther dugout he's running out of baseballs, I believe, is what he's saying. And now we're back to action. 1 strike to count to Steph Spray. Welbrock, a courtesy glance over to first, now goes to the stretch and brings it in. Spray shows bunt, pulls it back, takes a ball. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to the Panther 4-hitter. Spray batting .344 on the season. He has reached base on both occasions without a at-bat so far. He drew a base on balls in the first and hit by a pitch in the third. Again, takes it off, ball bounces away from Riggs just a little bit, and that'll allow Gruber to trot down to second base. Spray again showed bunt, pulled it back, took the ball that hit the turf. Riggs kept it in front of him, but Gruber was a little bit off the bag. He made the dash to second, and it's in there safely. Now Spray will hit, and he hits it right up the middle. Second baseman Weimer cuts it off at the second base bags. Gruber was back on the bag, and so Spray will be out on the 4-3 putout. Kind of a high hopper, left the bat. I thought that could get into center field, but a high hop over the mound. Weimer, who was over pretty close to second, watching Gruber over there, was right in position and completed the play. So 1 out for the Panthers now. Runner at second is Gruber, and Gavin Haberman at the plate. Haberman swinging at the first one, fouls it out of play to the right. Haberman singled and scored in a 2 RBI single in the first inning, or in the third inning, the big third inning. He is a strikeout victim in the first, so he's 1 for 2 on the day. Welbrock brings it in, took something off of that one, and it's a called strike. Haberman didn't like that one, so he watched it all the way into the catcher's glove. And now Riggs asks for timeout. He goes out to visit with Welbrock, so apparently they're wondering if Riggs must have thought they may not have been on the same page. Maybe didn't receive from Welbrock when he wanted, even though it was a called strike. No balls, 2 strikes to Haberman. 1 out for the Panthers here in the bottom of the fourth, who have a 7-2 advantage in this one. Welbrock from the stretch. That one's outside. And the count goes even at 2-2. This is 1-2. Scoreboard operator was quicker than me. I looked up waiting for it to switch, and he already had it switched. That one outside, and now we're 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And the Panther half of the fourth. Great Bend with a 7-2 advantage. Gruber strolling off of second base. Wellbrock looks at him, then steps off. Now Wellbrock back on the mound. In the stretch, brings it home. Up high, 3-2. Gavin Haberman, who was behind the count 0-2, has now worked at full. First base is open, but I don't see any reason why the Indians would not want to try to get the out here from Haberman. Some of the lower percentage hitters coming up for the Great Bend Panthers. Pitch to Haberman, outside, ball 4, and Haberman earns, and he really earned that one, a walk. The second walk that Wellbrock has issued. He struck out the first 2 batters that he faced, but no strikeouts since then. Now Brad Beck to the plate. Beck singled. And scored in the third. Pitch is outside for ball 1. So after getting the big lead in the count on Haberman, Wellbrock has struggled to find the plate here. Ended up walking Haberman. Gruber still at second base. After his leadoff single, there's a call strike. Wellbrock evens the count at 1-1 with 1 out. Here in the fourth, 7-2, Great Bend advantage. Wellbrock to the stretch, looks at second, brings it home. Bunt attempt. But Beck may have nicked it foul, may have missed it. I'm not sure. The catcher came up with it in either case, and it was a strike. That's the important part. So it's 1-2 now to Brad Beck. Here's the pitch, and just tips that one away. Beck was fooled on that one. And once again, Riggs is going to go out and talk to his pitcher. Make sure they're on the same page here with runners at first and second. 1 out here in the fourth for Great Bend High. Ball and 2 strikes to Brad Beck. Beck's ready. Wellbrock has a signal, goes to the stretch. And the pitch. Outside, that comes back to the screen. And the Panther runners will be able to advance on the wild pitch. So Gruber at third, Haberman at second, Beck at the plate. 1 out for the Panthers here in the fourth inning of play. 7-2, Great Bend has the lead in this one. That's going to bring the Indian infield in. Beck ready for the pitch. Wellbrock's pitch, fouled back to the screen. Ball count stays pat at 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 runners on, second and third for the Panthers. Gruber at third, Haberman at second. So pretty good speed on the base paths. Pitch, swing and a miss. Beck was out in front of that one. And Wellbrock records his third strikeout. That'll bring Carter Combs to the plate. Combs has struck out twice in this game, once with each pitcher, once to Carson Spray and once to Garrett Wellbrock. Combs, a .261 hitter. Ready to make some contact here with 2 out now. First pitch in there for a called strike. No balls and 1 strike to Combs. Panthers trying to add some runs here in the fourth after a 6-run third inning. Wellbrock in the stretch. That one's hit in the air to center field. Fields coming on. He's got it. Line drive to Fields and straight away center field. And the Indians get out of the inning without surrendering a run. No runs on 1 hit. No errors and 1 runner. 2 runners left on base. 4 complete. It's Great Bend 7, Hayes High 2. This is Panther Baseball on GreatBendPost.com.
Your hair looks nice. I like the cap. Are you on your right? Yeah, this is nice. I like it a lot. I like it. I do. I like it a lot. It's green, huh? I like it. It's good. Oh my God, you should have an eyeball on it. I saw that. 2 eyeballs? Whoa. They light up. Oh, that's awesome.
Here comes the 5th inning at the Great Bend Sports Complex. Good afternoon, I'm Randy Gearing. Great Bend Panthers and the Hayes High Indians. Great Bend with the advantage 7-2 as we go to the 5th. Hayes High sending 7, 8, and 9 to the plate here to start the 5th inning of play. Paco Hernandez on the hill for his 5th inning of work. Strike 1 to Will Carteret, the left fielder. Getting a little bit of sunshine now. The overcast sky is breaking up a little bit. They had a little bit of mist and drizzle early on before the game, but since the first pitch, I don't think there's been any precipitation. There's a pitch outside from Hernandez. The game was moved up. They flip-flopped the JV and varsity. The JV was supposed to play at 4, followed by the varsity, but the threat of weather tonight, they moved things up with the JV, with the varsity first, then the JV to follow. Senior night activities in between. There's a pitch from Hernandez that's off the plate for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to Carteret. There's one fouled out of play. It's going to be close to the softball diamond before that one lands, where Hayes High and Great Bend are doing battle also. Hernandez with the wind and the pitch. Leaves it low for ball 3. 3-2 the count now. The leadoff hitter here in the 5th, Will Carteret. There's call strike 3. Carteret goes down looking. Umpire has been pretty generous with the inside part of the plate, inside the right-handed batters. And that's where that one was. And it goes as a call strike. Jack Fields to the plate for the Indians. That one back to the screen. No harm done. Nobody on base. That one just got away from Paco. So ball 1 is the count to Fields. Fields grounded out to third. Takes that one for a call strike. That was in the 3rd inning of play. Indians scored 2 in the 4th after giving up 6 in the 3rd. It's 7-2 total for the Panthers with the advantage. And Fields looked like he was skipping out of the way of that one. The umpire raises the right arm to say strike 2. Paco Hernandez now ahead in the count, a ball and 2 strikes. That one, pretty much the same place. This time Fields gets the call, and it's 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hernandez to the wind and the pitch. That one skips by Fields, and now we've got a full count on Fields. Fields has worked the count full. The pitch from Hernandez, called strike 3. Fields looks back at the umpire. He was taking 2 steps down to first base. Now walks to the dugout, glances back at the umpire one more time. So back-to-back called strike 3s for Paco Hernandez. 7th strikeout of the day for Hernandez. Now, Weimer bats from the left side. That one over his head comes back to the screen. Well, good for Panther fans. The only time Paco has really been wild today is when nobody's on base. 1 ball to count to Weimer. That one's inside for ball 2. Weimer, a strikeout victim in the 3rd inning of play. Paco has a sign from Poe. And the pitch. There's a call strike. 2 balls and a strike. Paco Hernandez has struck out 7. He has walked 2, both in the 2nd inning. Pitch from Hernandez. Misses the plate. 3-1. That one, the Panther fans gripe, thinking it was a strike. 3 balls and a strike to the number 9 hitter, Weimer. Leadoff hitter Garrett Welbrock on deck for the Indians. Pitch is, that one's in the turf, ball 4. And Hernandez has given up his 3rd walk of the day. So 2 out, runner at first, and Garrett Welbrock to the plate. Welbrock now the pitcher for the Indians.
Everybody be ready.
Bats from the right side. 7-2, Great Bend High advantage. Here in the 5th inning, top of the 5th. Hayes at the plate. There's one on the ground, 2-hopper to short. He'll toss it over to Combs at second for the putout. And the inning is complete. So in the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base for the Hayes High Indians. 4.5 are in the books. It's Great Bend 7, Hayes High 2. This is Panther Baseball on the Great Bend Post.
Hammer couldn't hear. Denise Creel, you want to go talk to him? I don't know who's dead.
She's over there somewhere. Where's Crystal? Ron's over there.
I'm over here.
Signals, it's over
No,
here.
Crystal's over there. Ron's over there. So, Ron's right here.
You shut up. Close up your little. You know what? I'm going to purposely start coming to your daughter's games. I'm going to be yelling at you. Huh?
Here we go to the bottom of the 5th. Great Bend Panthers will send 8, 9, and 1 to the plate. Jade Poe, Joseph Mater, and Sage Kelch. New pitcher in for the Hayes High Indians. It will be Blake Schmidt. First pitch off the plate for ball 1. Welbrock has returned to short, being at the mound. Spray stays at third. Dale, understand, will go to left field now. One and one the count to Poe. Pitch back to the screen. 2-1 now. So Poe 0 for 2 on the day. Grounded out in the 2nd, struck out in the big 3rd inning. Starts to go. Ooh, held up on that one. I'll be honest, I was expecting a strike call on that one as they appealed to first base for some help. Schmidt. Slight windup, brings it in. That one's way inside. And it's a leadoff walk to Poe. So Poe gets the base on balls. I'll bring Joseph Mater to the plate. Courtesy runner will come in for the Panthers as Poe is the catcher today. That'll be Bradley Hopkins. Hopkins will run down to second, or rather to first, as a courtesy runner. So Mater now steps in. Mater rolled out in the second and earned a base on balls in the third inning. Schmidt has the signal from his catcher, Riggs. Long pause, now brings it home. Called strike. Mater showed bunt, pulled it back. Umpire says it was a good one. So strike one is the call. Hopkins with a moderate lead at first base has a courtesy runner. Schmidt in the stretch, brings it home. That pitch down low. Again, Mater showing bunt. Pulled it back and takes that one for a ball. So now 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Nobody out for the Panthers here in the bottom of the fifth. 7-2, the advantage for Great Bend High. Schmidt, long look in. Now he sees what he likes from his catcher, Riggs. Goes to the stretch and will throw over to first. Kind of a lob toss over there. Hopkins slides back in. 1 ball, 1 strike. On deck, Sage Kelch. Looking at his 4th plate appearance here, coming up. We'll roll the batting order over to the top. Bunted down the first base line. Nicely done by Mater, and he'll be safe. Mater safe at first as he dropped a nice bunt, and it stayed on the brown part of the turf between the white stripe and the green turf grass, and it just rolled straight down the line, and Mater will get an infield single on that one. And that'll bring Sage Kelch to the plate. Kelch 1 for 2, also safe on an error. He batted twice in the third inning. He started it off by ripping one off the fence at the 325 mark down the left field line. And would come back up to bat again as the Panthers sent 11 to the plate in the third inning. And Kelch was safe on an error there. So runners at first and second, nobody out. Top of the order for the Panthers. Schmidt brings it home. Kelch lays down the bunt along third baseline, and there will be no play at first. Everybody's safe. Another nice bunt by the Panthers as Kelch placed it perfectly. And the Panthers have back-to-back bunt singles. Well, the Panthers have the bases loaded and haven't hit the ball more than 40 feet. Paco Hernandez now stepping in on the left side. They have the bases loaded and nobody out. Schmidt's pitch, way up high, ball 1. Panthers with a big 6-run third inning. Looking maybe to replicate it here in the 5th. Pitch from Schmidt. In there for a call strike. Panther fans mowing at that one. I don't think Paco was too upset. He's gotten that call quite a bit when he's been on the mound today. Schmidt brings it in. That one hit to the left side and through the hole into the outfield. That will score 2 for the Great Bend Panthers. And Paco Hernandez through the pulled-in infield brings in Hopkins as a courtesy runner and Mater from second base. 2 RBIs on that one for Paco Hernandez. That'll bring Jace Gruber to the plate. Gruber's been on base all 3 times. 2 for 2 plus a hit batsman. Runners at first and second. Nobody out for the Panthers. 2 in here in the inning. Pitch is outside for ball 1. Gruber, the RBI double in the first to get the Panthers on the scoreboard. Then hit by pitch and came in to score in the big third inning. That one's hit high in the air to center field. Fields has it measured and pulls it in. Now the Panthers will advance both runners and in safely at third and safely at second. This is a fairly close play at third. Nice throw from Fields in fairly deep center field there. That'll go as a sacrifice fly. An F8 sacrifice fly. And the first out of the inning, but now two runners in scoring position, two in for the Panthers, and 2 outs to go. Bring Steph Spray to the plate. Spray 0 for 1 on the game, but he has a base on balls and a hit by pitch, so he's been on the base path, scored a run in the big third. Got credit for an RBI too with his hit by pitch. Schmidt looks around, now brings it in. That one hit in the air, foul to the right side. He'll get out of play. Infield still in for the Indians with 1 out here and runners at second and third. They're playing basically right on the edge of the infield grass. 1 strike to count to Spray. Schmidt checks his runners from the stretch and brings it in. That one stays high, counts even at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out for the Panthers here in the bottom of the 5th inning of play. 2 runs in for the Panthers, back to that 7-run advantage, 9-2. Schmidt from the mound in the stretch. That one also in the air, but foul and out of play from Steph Spray. Steph Spray on from the right side. Looks out. Schmidt. Now Spray asks for time, and it's granted. Spray steps back in. Long look, delay in the stretch. Now the pitch. And that one, line drive snagged by the second baseman. Throw to second, not in time. Wow, great play by Weimer, who was in on the grass. Had to dive for it, come up, then it was a race to second between Hernandez and Wellbrock, the shortstop, and just barely beating that one was Hernandez. A line drive out. So now 2 outs in the inning. And I'll bring Gavin Haberman to the plate. Haberman struck out in the first, singled, 2 RBI single in the third, and a base on balls earned us in the fourth. He'll take strike 1. We're in the 5th inning. Panthers have a 9-2 advantage. Runners at second and third, 2 in. This is where we were with nobody out. I checked that. It was a sacrifice fly that got the runners to second and third. That pitch up high. Haberman leans out of the way and lets Riggs catch it up near the chin. 9-2. Panthers have the advantage. The pitch from Schmidt. Down low. 2 balls and a strike with 2 outs here in the inning. Blake Schmidt, first inning of work here after 2 innings from Wellbrock. Schmidt from the stretch. Little hesitation. Hit right back up the middle, and that will scoot into center field, and that should score 2 more. Paco Hernandez rounds third, comes in, and he will be in standing up. The throw down to second, safe at second. On the throw is Haberman. So Haberman, 2 more RBIs. With his single, he'll take second on the throw. And the Panthers have 4 in the inning, 11 in the contest. I'll bring Brad Beck to the plate. Beck, the 8th batter in the inning here for the Panthers, who have played at 4 against Blake Schmidt in his first inning of work. Beck waiting. Now Schmidt goes to the stretch, looks at Haberman at second. And the pitch inside, ball one. Had it not been for a great catch by Weimer, this inning could be even bigger for the Great Bend Panthers. In the stretch, Schmidt brings it in. Fisted down the first baseline, but foul. Dreyer came running to it, but couldn't get it before it hit the ground. It kind of was fluttering out there. So the count even now at 1 ball, 1 strike to Beck, the designated hitter. Beck, a single in the third. 1 for 3. That one down low. 2-1 the count. Panthers 1 in the first, 6 in the third, and 4 in the fifth. Odd innings have been good for the Panthers in this game. 11-2 advantage here for the Panthers. And just looking up the scoreboard, just realized we are 1 hit away here from a run rule game here. The winning run standing at second base of the Panthers can get them home before the inning is over. 2-2-2, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Runner at second. Schmidt in the stretch and the pitch. Outside, 3-2. Carter Combs on deck for Great Bend High. Beck ready now. Schmidt to the stretch. Looks as runner at second. Brings it in. Foul ball. Beck stays alive. Count at 3-2. 11-2 advantage. Great Bend here in the bottom of the 5th inning of play. Umpire takes a baseball out to Schmidt. And a word or two of encouragement of some kind to Schmidt, patted him on the back, and heads back to home plate. Don't really have a clue what that conversation might have been about. 3-2 is the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 out. As the Panthers bat in the bottom of the 5th. Schmidt in the stretch. Looks at second. He will step off, fake to second. Nobody there to take the throw. So nothing happening there. So we'll do it all over again. Brad Beck steps in. From the stretch is Schmidt. And the pitch. Popped up on the infield, third baseman will glove it there, and we will play the 6th inning. Foul ball to the third baseman rounds out the inning. The Panthers score 4 runs. 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. No errors and 2 runners. 1 runner left on base. 5 complete. It's Great Bend 11, Hayes High 2. This is Panther baseball on the Great Bend Post. To the 6th inning we go. Paco Hernandez has gone the distance for the Panthers. The Panthers will see Dylan Dreiling And Panthers like to see him leading off. He is 2 for 2 on the day. He has 2 of the 3 hits for the Hayes High Indians. Hernandez with the lefty-lefty matchup will toss that one a bit high for ball 1. Dreiling a single in the first, was cut down in a double play. Singled and scored one of the Indians 2 runs in to lead off the 4th. Pitch on the way is on the corner, the outside corner to the left-hand batter for a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to Dreiling. Where's number 33 on his back? Pitch on the way on the inside is fouled to the left side, left lane, and that'll go out of play by the light pole just outside the fence, down the third base side. So now a ball and 2 strikes to Dylan Dreiling. Dreiling pitched, I believe, for the first time in the Dodge City game a week ago. Would be available today if needed. A timeout called by the umpire. Hernandez ahead in the count, a ball and 2 strikes to Dreiling. Hernandez with the windup and the pitch. That one's in the turf and bounces back to the screen. 2-2 is the count. Hernandez is ready. As a sign from Poe. The windup and the pitch. That one's outside and the count has gone full. So now Hernandez will have to come into him or surrender the base on balls here. Pitch from Hernandez. Way outside, back to the screen. And Dreiling draws the walk to start the 6th inning of play. Well, Dreiling's been on base all 3 times. 4th walk of the day surrendered by Paco Hernandez. Now Dalton Dale to the plate. Dale, safe on an error, scored a run in the 4th inning of play. That one bounces in the turf for ball 1. Leadoff runner at first for the Indians, who are down 9 runs at the top of the 6th inning. Hernandez to the stretch, brings it home. That one gets by Poe and goes back to the screen. And so Dreiling will advance on the wild pitch, and Randy Beck is on his way to the mound. Let's see if Beck is going to ask for the baseball from Paco. As the team infield gathers around Coach Beck at the pitcher's mound. So now a runner at second base after the wild pitch to Dalton Dale. Paco's had several of them get away here in recent innings, in this inning as well. Coach probably going out telling him, don't overthrow it. You pitched a great game for us. Let's just finish it off here. So runner at second, nobody out for the Indians here in the top of the 6th. Dalton Dale asks for timeout. Granted. He steps out, steps right back in. Hernandez to the stretch. Looks at Dreiling at second. Brings it home. Hit on the ground to third. Third baseman Groover across the diamond, out at first. They'll hold Dreiling at second base. Nicely done by the Panthers there with Groover fielding that one, looking Dreiling back to second, and then throwing out Dale at first. I'll bring Derek Riggs to the plate. Riggs, the catcher and cleanup hitter, has been on base both of his plate appearances, earned a base on balls in the 2nd to lead off the 2nd, and singled in the 4th. Hernandez looks at second, brings it home. Swing and a miss by Derek Riggs. Panthers on the road Tuesday. They'll play a doubleheader at TMP on Tuesday. Then Friday on the road to Dodge City. There's one fouled back to the screen by Riggs, who's now down in the count 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to the Indian catcher. Paco Hernandez in the stretch. And brings it in. Swing and a miss. The ball gets away, though. Poe has time, throws to first, but it's not fielded there by Spray. And so Dreiling will be able to advance to third. And Riggs will be at first. On the error throw there, so it goes as a strikeout. Paco will get credit for the strikeout. But runners are at now first and third with 1 out in the inning for the Indians. Quick committee meeting of just the players at the mound, making sure they understand what play they have on with the first and third situation here. Now Poe will step out in front of the plate and give the signal to everybody, so they know what to do here in this runners at the corner situation with 1 out. Carson Spray at the plate. Safe on an error. Struck out in his 2 plate appearances. Now an hit on the ground. Right at Gruber. They'll go to second base for 1. They throw to first. Did they get him? Yes, they did! It's the 5-4-3 double play for Great Bend High. And the inning is over for the Hayes High Indians. The Indians end up with no runs, no hits, 1 Panther error, and 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's Great Bend 11, Hayes High 2. This is Panther baseball on the Great Bend Post. Here we go to the bottom of the 6th inning at the Great Bend Sports Complex. The Great Bend Panthers and the Hayes High Indians. Panthers with a 9-run advantage can end the game with a run in this inning. If no runs are scored, we'll have to play the 7th. It will be 8-9 and 1, 7, 8, and 9 for the Great Bend Panthers. Carter Combs, Jade Poe, and Joseph Mater due up. First pitch off of the leg of the pitcher, and that'll be no play at first base. It'll go as an infield single for Carter Combs, who hit it hard right back to Blake Schmidt, who took it off his leg, bounced over towards third base, and the third baseman, Spray, was unable to get it over to first in time, so it'll go as a single for Carter Combs. I'll bring Jade Poe to the plate. Poe, one of the 8 seniors, Sage Kelch, Paco Hernandez, Chase Gruber, Steph Spray, Gavin Hopperman, Brad Beck, Jade Poe, and Joseph Mater. All in the starting lineup today for Great Bend High. And their senior day celebration coming up after this game, and right now it looks like it may be one to celebrate. Poe takes the first pitch for a ball 1. Schmidt from the stretch now steps off. Saw Coach Dreyer come out and visit with the home plate umpire. I'm trying to find some defensive changes he might have made. It looks like Porter has gone to left field where Dale was. Doesn't appear to be any other defensive changes, so that might have been a change in the batting lineup as well. That pitch bounces in, and now the count 2-0. Enjoying the new turf here, season 1 for the turf at the Great Bend Sports Complex. In addition to the Panther games, the KCAC baseball and tournament and softball tournament coming up here, and the state 1A state baseball championships to be played on the turf here at the Great Bend Sports Complex in the month of May. Ball 3 the count now to Jade Poe. Poe drew a walk from Schmidt as the first batter to face Schmidt last inning. That one is inside high for ball 4. So Poe has earned 2 walks against Schmidt. In fact, the only 2 walks that Schmidt has surrendered. That'll bring Joseph Mater to the plate. Mater's 1 for 2 on the day. He's been on base 2 of the 3 times. As he singled and scored in the 5th, then drew a base on balls, was stranded at third in the 3rd. Hopkins back in as a courtesy runner for the catcher Poe. Nobody out, runners at first and second. Combs at second. Poe at first for the Panthers. First pitch way outside. Briggs does a good job to stop it and keep it in front of him so the Panthers can't advance. Mater digs in on the right side. Left foot right up on the line near the home plate. Schmidt looks to second, brings it home. That one's hit in the air. It will be the third baseman who drops it. There'll be an infield fly rule, so it'll be Mater will be out. Indian save there as the infield fly rule was called. Less than 2 out, runners at first and second. That one hit up into what's become kind of a high sky here today. It was overcast when we started. Then Mater, the batter, is out. We'll go to the top of the order, and Sage Kelch comes up now with 1 out. Runners at second and third. Combs at second. Or rather, that's Combs at second. And first pitch inside deep. For 1, Hopkins is at first as the courtesy runner for the catcher. Kelch takes the first pitch off the plate for ball 1. Schmidt looks into his delivery. That one hit in the air to center field. Kind of in no man's land, and it will drop between the 2 outfielders and the second baseman, and everybody will move up a base. Soft single for Sage Kelch makes it a 3-hit day for Kelch. And the bases are loaded with 1 out in the inning. Again, the Panthers with a 9-run advantage at 11-2. Just need to push 1 across here to end the ball game. And so the Indians will bring their infield in. They'll do everything they can to extend the game here. Paco Hernandez has 2 hits on the day. They're swinging at the first pitch, fouls it off. Paco has scored 3 of the Panther runs. He singled and scored in the first, safe on a fielder's choice and scored in the 3rd, and singled and scored in the 5th. So a multi-hit day already with 2. Could be a walk-off day for Paco if he can put this one in play. Pitch from Schmidt. There's a line drive, caught by Wellbrock. Looks back to first. They get him? Yes, they did. Double play. And we're going to the 7th. The Panthers had the bases loaded and 1 out and cannot get anybody across home plate. So for the Panthers, no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and after the double play, there will be 2 runners left on base. 6 complete, we go to the 7th. It's Great Bend 11 and Hayes High 2. This is Panther Baseball on the Great Bend Post. At the Great Bend Sports Complex, I'm Randy Gehring. The Great Bend Panthers trying to close this one out. They have an 11-2 advantage over the Hayes High Indians. Panthers with a game on Tuesday, trying to ride the arm of Paco Hernandez as long as they possibly can. Keep everybody else as full as they can for the Tuesday doubleheader against TMP. That'll be played in Hayes. For the Indians, it'll be Dreyer, Carteret, and Fields. And we're going to see who's batting in Carteret's spot right now, as he's no longer in left field, but he might. It'll be Blake Schmidt who's come in and replaced him in the batting lineup. Dreyer struck out his last at-bat in the fourth against Paco. There's a called strike, evening the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Senior night here at Great Bend High for the baseball team. Senior laden squad with 8 seniors all in the lineup today. They will remember their last home game at the sports complex if they can close this one out with 3 outs here in the 7th. The swing and a miss makes the count 1-2. There's one just fighting it off. A good piece of batting there by Dreyer to get some aluminum on it. Tap it foul and see another pitch from the Panther lefty Paco Hernandez. Pitch from Hernandez just misses inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hernandez not wasting any time out there, brings it in. That one's hit on the ground. Gloved by Gruber, a third across the diamond. There's one. Two outs to go for the Great Bend Panthers. They will bring Blake Schmidt to the plate. Schmidt has come on as the pitcher and replaced Carteret, the left fielder, in the batting lineup. So this will be the first appearance for Schmidt. He looks at the first pitch for a call strike. Umpire was a little late on that call. I thought that was clearly a strike, and I didn't see the right arm come up, but he does bring it up. Strike 1 is the call. Second one, that one is a little bit high. No, it's not. It's a strike 2. A late call on that one, too. Umpire's been pretty emphatic behind the plate. Pretty easy to follow in this game, but those 2 pitches were a little bit slow to make the call. That pitch is well outside. A ball and 1 strike. Hernandez brings it home. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Down goes Blake Schmidt, and that'll bring Jack Fields to the plate. Fields 0 for 2 in the contest today. Struck out in the 5th, grounded out in the 3rd. And could be the last out for the Hayes High Indians in the 7th. Hernandez, pitch, up high, ball 1. Panthers looking to close it out here with a 9-run lead. With a win, would still be alive for a share at the Western Athletic title. That one down low, ball 2. Hernandez to the stretch, the pitch, out on inside. Field skips out of the way of that one. And 3-0 is the count now. Hernandez approaching the pitch count limit here, trying to wrap up the game. Pitch to Fields, inside, ball 4, and Fields will get a 2-out walk. And Randy Beck is headed to the mound as Paco Hernandez has used up his pitch count. First one to greet him is his catcher, Jade Poe. Paco walks around, meets the other infielders at the mound, shakes hands, fist bumps with each of them. Steph Spray has come off. Panther fans on their feet applauding. Now each of his teammates and coaches meeting Paco at the dugout as he ends his home career, the Great Bend Panthers, with a gem of a pitching performance today. Steph Spray will come in and pitch for the Panthers. Spray takes the baseball from Coach Beck and will get his warm-up pitches here. We'll see who will replace Beck, or rather replace Spray at first base. Panthers in action on Tuesday. They will take on TMP in a doubleheader at Thomas More Prep High School. Paco is returning to the game. Let's see if he goes to the first base or probably is going to leave the outfield the way it's been. He's checking with Coach Beck, where Coach Beck wants him. He's staying on the infield, so I'm going to go with Hernandez and Spray with a switcheroo here with 2 outs in the 7th and a runner on. So Spray will have to throw a few pitches in today's game. We hope it's a very few. All the rest of the staff, besides Hernandez, will be available for Tuesday's game. Be the doubleheader there, but the important game will be Dodge City on Friday. Panthers play at Dodge City. And again, presuming this lead stands up, Panthers would have to defeat Dodge City to earn a share of the Western Athletic Conference title with the Hayes High Indians. So here we go. Weimer at the plate, the number 9 hitter. Spray pitches from the right side. The stretch, first pitch, down low for ball 1. Fields at first base. First time he's touched the bag today. Weimer drew a base on balls in the 5th inning of play, struck out in the 3rd. Pitch from Spray, off the plate, ball 2. Panthers just needing one more out to wrap this one up. Had hoped that Paco Hernandez could go the distance. He went 6 2/3. There's a call strike. 2 balls and a strike now to Noah Weimer. Garrett Welbrock on deck for the Indians. 2 outs in the inning. Fields at first base. Panthers with an 11-2 advantage. Pitch is up high. That's ball 3. 3-1 the count to the 9 hitter. Panthers really had the batting order where they wanted it. Bottom of the order coming up in the inning, but a walk to the 8 hitter and a call strike. Makes it a 3-2 count to the number 9 hitter. Weimer was ready to take first base. Umpire called him back, says he got to look at one more from Mr. Spray. From the pitch, hit up the middle. Kelch has it. Oh, and he bobbles it and lost it. And the runner will go to 3rd. It'll be an error on the Panthers. Shortstop. And the game is still alive. Fields gets over to 3rd base on that error. And so we'll bring Welbrock to the plate. We'll go roll to the top of the order. 2 outs in the inning. Garrett Welbrock, he's reached on a fielder's choice. But officially 0 for 3 at the plate today. Steph Spray at the mound will go to the stretch. Runners at the corners with 2 out. Spray brings it home. Call strike to Welbrock. Spray needs to pitch from the stretch here with runners on base, but he's not paying much attention to them. They don't really matter. It's just getting that 3rd out. All the Panthers need to do here to wrap this one up. That one down low. Counts even at 1-1. We started with a little drizzle and overcast skies. We now have clear skies. Turning out to be a beautiful day. A little bit breezy, but hey, this is Kansas. We don't have 40-mile-an-hour winds that we're dealing with today. 1-1 the count to Welbrock. There's a call strike. 1-2. The Panthers a strike away from a win over the Indians. Spray in the stretch and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The Panthers win it. The Great Bend Panthers keep their conference title hopes alive. They could still win a share of the title as the Great Bend Panthers defeat the Hayes High Indians 11-2. Your final score today, GBHS over the Hayes High Indians. Back with some facts and stats coming up. This is Panther Baseball on the Great Bend Post. Back at the Great Bend Sports Complex, the Great Bend Panthers put a big exclamation mark on their home season as they wrap up their home appearances with an 11-2 victory over the Hayes High Indians on senior night here at Great Bend. The Panthers, 8 seniors, all in the starting lineup today. Just really took control of this one in the third inning when they scored 6 runs on just 3 hits, aided by 2 errors from the Indians, and had a 6-run advantage at that time. Panthers did score 1 in the first, 6 in the third, 4 in the fifth inning of play for their 11 runs. So 2 really big innings for the Great Bend Panthers. Meanwhile, Panthers got their second terrific pitching performance of the week today from Paco Hernandez, who went 6 2/3 inning. He allowed just 3 hits, 2 of those to Dylan Dreiling. And the other hit belonged to whom? Derek Riggs got a soft single for the other hit that Hernandez allowed. Hernandez did strike out 7. He walked 5 in the contest, but 6 2/3 innings before he hit the pitch count, allowed just 3 hits in the contest for the Great Bend Panthers. So line score on the day, 11 runs on 12 hits for the Great Bend Panthers, 4 errors, which was the one blemish on the day for GBHS. And the Panthers left 9 runners on base, so there were more opportunities to be had out there that the Panthers were unable to push across. For the Hayes High Indians, 2 runs on 3 hits. The Indians committed 2 errors, left only 2 runners on base, so another great performance by the Panther D today. Offensively, Gavin Haberman goes 2 for 3 with 4 RBIs in the game. Sage Kelch goes 3 for 4. He hit the fence, which is impressive in this ballpark, at the 325 mark down the line to lead the way for the Great Bend Panthers. Let's see, anybody else have a multi-hit day? Chase Groover was 2 for 3 and hit by a pitch. He was on 3 times. Looks like that's all of the multi-hit games for the Great Bend Panthers. So Haberman, Gruber, and Sage Kelch with multi-hit games today for GBHS. Again, Haberman 4 RBIs on the day, 2 for Hernandez, 1 for Spray, and 1 for Gruber in today's contest. Again, 11-2 your final score. The Great Bend Panthers defeat the Hayes High Indians. Panthers still now have a chance to win a share of the Western Athletic Conference title. The Hayes High Indians have claimed a share of the title with their 2 losses on the year. Great Bend Panthers have 2 losses in conference play, 1 to Hayes and 1 to Garden City. Panthers do have to take care of business at Dodge City, and that game will be played a week from Friday, a week from tomorrow at Dodge City for a chance to claim a share of the Western Athletic Conference title. Senior Day activities taking place. The 8 seniors on the field with their parents at the present time. Congratulations to all 8 of them and the great job they have done at representing Great Bend High School throughout their not only senior campaign, but 4 years that they've been part of this Great Bend High School program. The season is long from over. There's a lot of baseball yet to be played for these guys as they now improve their record to 8-3 on the year. But all the rest of the games will be on the road. Unless the Panthers can come up with a home site for the regionals, which I think is highly doubtful at the last check of the 5A standings. I don't think they have too much of a chance to finish in the top 4 and host a regional. So this, in all likelihood, is the last time that the Panthers will appear on the turf here at Great Bend High School. So congratulations to all 8 of these seniors. And best of luck in their future adventures as they graduate from Great Bend High School in about less than a month now, and they get ready to journey out into the world. Again, great day for the Great Bend Panthers, an 11-2 win over the Hayes High Indians. Thanks for joining us. Thanks to Chris Spray and Scott Mader for making our screencast possible here on the Great Bend Post. Look forward to our next screencast and/or radio broadcast. Join us for the coverage of the Great Bend Panthers from Eagle Communications and the Great Bend Post. I'm Randy Gearing. Thanks for being with us today and every day for the Great Bend Panthers. And remember to look at the sunny side of everything. Make your optimism come true. Do have a dynamic week.